Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, 11/20, November 20th, here at KIT Iizuka. The next 2 weeks after this, and that will be November 27th, and I believe December 4th. Those 2 weeks after this week, we don't have any classes, so we come back actually over here. You might be able to see it. We come back on December 11th. Okay, so from this test until December 11th, we don't have any classes. Until then, well, keep up with your Duolingo and maybe try to do some shadow talking in between so that then you don't lose the skill that you have. Now, this week, okay, we have our conversation test. Last week, we had our Moodle test, but now it'll be our conversation test. Now, because this is a small class, I only have to put you in one group. So today, we can use this time to give you some final speaking practice so that you know exactly what you need to do for the conversation test. But let me explain it to you, okay? So the conversation test will basically be two conversations. You're going to have two conversations, and each one will be 4 minutes long. Okay, so the total test itself will be 8 minutes of speaking, so it'll probably be finished in about 10 minutes. Okay, there'll be two conversations, and from this list right here, university, music, TV, money, high school, work, from that list, each conversation will have a different topic. The first conversation, you can choose any topic that you like, okay? We'll try all of these topics today, and whatever you think is the easiest one to do, no problem. On the second conversation, I will choose. You have to be ready to do a conversation on any of these topics, but you can do the first one on the one that you like. I will choose the one for the second, okay? Here's probably the most important point that you want to keep in mind during this test is that you cannot use any Japanese. If you use any Japanese, okay, your score will go down, and you will have a group score. Everybody will have the same score, so you have to work together. Okay? You will not have individual scores. There will be one score, and if anyone speaks Japanese, everybody's score goes down. The score is out of 100. One word of Japanese, you go down 5 points. Okay, so please be careful about that. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I don't have to explain much more because there's only one group. So a lot of the arrangements we don't have to worry about. We don't have to worry about the schedule. But I will give your results here. So after the class is over, maybe by tonight or so, I'll put your test results here, and you can check your group conversation results when you check this assignment. Okay, otherwise, we're going to be spending most of the class going over the last parts of the things that you need to be able to do a group conversation. General advice, though, is that remember, this is a conversation test. It's a test for your conversation skill. It's not a test of your English skill. English skill, that's what you did last week. When you did the Moodle test, it was a test about your vocabulary, about your listening. This is a conversation test. In a conversation, what's important is your ability to communicate well, to speak with good style, looking at your partner, having a strong voice. I'm always telling you, big voice, big voice. If you speak with a small voice, maybe your English is perfect, but if I can't hear you, that doesn't matter. Being able to speak with gestures, being able to have a happy conversation, a fun conversation with many topics and many ideas, that's a good conversation. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have perfect English. What it means is that you're good at conversation, and that's a skill that's important in either Japanese or English. We'll go over that a little bit more in Japanese after I'm done this recording, but please keep that in mind. This is not an English test. It's a conversation test. The conversation is in English, but it is a conversation test. Okay. Otherwise, I think I have that pretty much done. If you have any questions, you can ask me them after we do this recording. Otherwise, thanks very much. Good luck on your test, and let's have a good class.